Last night, my boyfriend and I were getting dinner ready and were laughing and having a good time. He was getting our plates ready and asked me how big of a piece of scallop potatoes. And I said, not too big, but not too small. And then I said, just like you, in a joking like tone. It wasn't meant in an insulting way at all, but my boyfriend's mood totally shifted. And as we sat down to eat, I asked him what was wrong, and he said that my comment was rude and he was pissed off about it. I apologized and told him I didn't mean it as an insult. If anything, I was trying to say that he's just right, but also said I could see now why he may have taken it as an insult and that I really was sorry and it was never my intention to hurt his feelings. And then went to give him a hug and he pulled away from me. The rest of the night he sat on the couch basically glaring at me and then went to bed without even saying goodnight. I made him a "I'm sorry" card and put for him where he'd see it when he got up for work. And he did cause "it's been moved" but won't even answer my text now this morning. Am I the asshole for thinking that it isn't even that bad of a comment? Edit. I thought I was saying he's the perfect size by saying this. I'm 30 and he's 35. Raw take. As a man, I can understand why the boyfriend felt away, but only if he's insecure about himself and based on his reaction. He is. My opinion, he took it as her, saying he wasn't packing large down under. The part where he glared was a red flag to me, but again, insecurity. In order for the couple to move on, I suggest when he's ready to finally talk to her. They sit down and she reassures him that his hot dog is perfect for her bun and that she won't joke around like that moving forward. I wish them all the luck, but not too big and not too small of it. Am I the a-hole for not inviting my nephew to my son's birthday party? I, 35 female, have a son, Cillian, 14 years, who just recently had a birthday. The issue stems from his birthday from last year, where we invited all his cousins and his friends to celebrate him. The party went great for the first half, but when it came time to cut the cake, I went over to fridge to go get it and saw it was half eaten. I was obviously upset about this because this had been a cake that I had made by a professional baker that cost me around $140, and my son really loved the design. I asked who ate the cake, and my sister, 44 female, laughed it off when her son, Robbie, 16 years, told her that he ate the cake because he was hungry. To be clear, the cake wasn't the only food at the party. Throughout the party, we served many different dishes such as wings, veggie platters, pizzas, chips, and sodas. I was obviously angry that my son couldn't have his cake and had to quickly go out and buy one from Walmart. I'm honestly still shocked that with all the food at the party, Robbie still managed to clear half of a huge cake. It was enough to produce about 20 slices. I called my sister later to tell her I wasn't happy with what her son had done, and since I had spent so much money on the cake, I expected it back. She then accused me of being fat-phobic, which absolutely is not true. I have never once discriminated against Robbie at any time. This was just a false accusation. To explain, Robbie has a weight problem and has been having issues with binging since he was around 13, which is why he is about 250 pounds. And my sister has never failed to let anyone know of that, and expects for everyone to bend over backwards for Robbie since he has it hard. This year, Cillian wanted to have a friends-only party with the exception of two cousins. One that only his friends and closest cousins could come to since he hated his party from last year. I asked why, and he explained to me that he was embarrassed of Robbie since all he did was poke fun at his friends and him, bring his own uninvited plus one, and obviously he ate some of the cake. I complied and only invited his friends and allowed two of his cousins to join as well. Luckily, some of my siblings were understanding. The only one who had an issue with this was my sister. She called me to ask why Robbie wasn't invited, and I explained to her that Cillian doesn't want him there. Because of what he did last year, my sister was infuriated and said she knew we had an issue with her son's weight. Since then, she has been ranting all over Facebook, and I've been getting calls from relatives, and this entire situation has been stressing me out. Am I the a-hole? Raw. Take. No, she is not an a-hole. This is a conversation about accountability, something her sister seems to avoid. The issue is not about her son's weight at all. In fact, that detail is irrelevant. The issue is that her child ate damn near a whole cake by himself. No birthday song, no asking who wants a slice. My boy just walked into the kitchen and said, "This is my birthday now," and had no care for anyone or his own cousin. The fact that her nephew did that and her sister did not want to reimburse her for the nice cake that her own nephew didn't get to enjoy on his birthday is crazy work. And on top of that, she has the family faulting her for not wanting to invite the nephew to any more parties. Cases like this, you gotta cut people off, even if they're family. She has a duty as mother to protect her child, and that's what she's doing. Also, for her sister to label her as being fat phobic is unfortunate, as this is about a ruined birthday experience, not about her nephew's weight. Comment down below if you guys agree with my raw opinions.